You know how you can talk about the same thing with your bestie a million times and still find new things to say?
Or how sometimes all you need is a voice note from your bestie?
Welcome to the Normal Mini Mess,
where we deliver a little normal mess from a previous episode.
It's the Normal Mini Mess.
Nailed it. Can you introduce this, because this was your brainchild and I am obsessed with it?
Okay.
So what are we talking about?
I'm so glad you're obsessed with it, because the only other time I've told this concept to someone, it really landed flat. Not like it bombed, but it was just like, oh, okay, that's amusing. And I thought it was hilarious, and so did you. So audience, come on with us. Come along this ride. Okay. So the concept of a power move. There is a line in Taylor Swift's song, The Man, which is a song about, now see, Taylor comes full circle. Hi, Tay.
Hey, Tay.
It's a song about just being a woman and...
Double bind.
Yep, a double bind. Yep. So like not knowing something, you could be seen as unqualified, or knowing too much, you're seen as intimidating. Versus being decisive means being bossy, but being collaborative means being weak. So she plays a lot on these double standards between men and women in this song called The Man. And then one of the things she references are like pulling a power move and what that would be as a woman. And I have historically thought of that as like putting on my confidence. Like if I'm going to pull a power move, it's like I'm going to put on some red lipstick or some bold lipstick, or I'm going to wear like the suit that makes me feel the most confident in who I am, and like stand tall and like go like fake it till you make it. Just like be what embody and show what you want to be, and then hopefully you'll actually make it there someday type thing.
Totally.
So, which is so opposite of a lot of like the reality of being a leader for me. Okay. So there have been times, and this was happening towards the end of the year, and I was preparing for like a high stakes meeting, and I was feeling so nervous about it. And in my prep, to like get ready to go in, I kind of made a joke to myself, like, okay, well, at least just don't cry, right? Like just, you might not say all the right things, but like at least make it out of this meeting without crying. And God knows. Bless my bosses. In 13 years, they've seen me cry, certainly more than one hand. How many times? So, I'm like, don't cry in this meeting. And normally when I have to like joke with myself about that, it's because I care so much. Like it comes from a really good place, but I get so wrapped up in whatever I'm working on that it could get emotional for me because I'm so invested and I care so much. So I really have to distance myself from it to kind of hold it together. And then I put, for some reason, on this random day, I put the two concepts together. And I'm like, what if we totally reframed power moves, which are very masculine oriented, from the male energy, and completely flipped it and pulled power moves from the female energy or the feminine. And it was like, what if it would be the concept of, you know what, I'm going to pull a power move in this meeting. I think I'm going to go in there and cry and show them just how much I care about it. Like, how cool would that be if these things that are natural tendencies for some of us weren't embarrassing and were actually celebrated and like given some like significance in what we bring to the table. I just rambled for 20 minutes about power moves. Yeah. So what?
It was worth it. When you sent me the voice note with this idea, I was traveling for work, and I got it when I was like in a hotel lobby, and I listened to it as I'm like walking through the lobby, and I literally was like, yes, vocally out loud to my phone that did not have you live. It was just your voice note. I was like, yes, I love it. I mean, so there's so much here. Like first I want to start with just acknowledging the brilliance, as always, that is Taylor Swift.
Yes.
But for anyone who has not watched the video, seen the music video to the song The Man, please go watch it. It is, first of all, she pulls off being a dude. She looks like the man.
Yeah, she does.
But the lyrics, I mean, as always, her lyrics in that song are so smart. The imagery and the scenarios that she pairs with it in the music video are so clever and such a cheeky way to call out this very thing that you're talking about, Cayce, with a really catchy song. So if you haven't watched the music video, do yourself a favor, watch it, and then send it to your Galentines, because everyone deserves to see this video. Okay?
Yes.
It just is so, it's so good. So can I share with you, I Googled in advance of this.
Yes.
Okay, because duh. Can I share with you what came up when I Googled what is a power move?
Tell us.
Okay, because I just wanted to see, like, what does Google say? What is a power move? This is what it said. A power move is a conscious, often bold action or gesture designed to assert dominance, control, or confidence in social, professional, or competitive situations, instantly shifting dynamics in one's favor. Examples include controlled pauses, purposeful strategic lateness, or setting firm boundaries to gain a competitive advantage.
Yeah. So imagine you want to gain a competitive advantage and be able to do that. You decide to cry.
Right? Like, what if, like, leading into that high stakes meeting, like, you called me, and instead of being like, oh, I just hope I don't cry, if instead you were like, you know what I'm really going to do? I'm going to show them just how much I care.
I know.
I'm going to cry. And I'm like, oh shit. Oh man, she's doing it. Get it. Like, what if, like, that was like, you know, and then, like, if in the meeting you cry and everyone's
What
like,
if you go, it's salad time, baby.
I'm going to cry. It's salad time. But really, like,
Yes.
can you imagine what a different world we would
Oh
be
my
in?
gosh, here's one. You're going
Okay.
into a Zoom meeting and you're going to pull a power move by pumping, but you're going to put the pump right next to the microphone so that they hear the like the whole time.
Oh my God. It is so good. I love that. I love if we're classifying that as a power move.
Because look what our bodies can do.
Yes. And when I think I've shared this, I know I've shared this with you at least before. I don't think I've shared it on the podcast previously. But after I had my daughter and I returned to work, I was at a different job than I am now. And it was a very masculine type of environment. And I had never really, like, seen another working lawyer mom return from maternity leave. Like, I'd never really seen that. And I had to pump regularly throughout the day.
Yeah.
So I decided to make a sign to hang on my door, not just that said, like, don't come in, but I had a picture of a gas pump.
Nice.
Like, I printed out, like, a clip art of a gas pump, and I can't remember what I said, but I was like, you'll regret it if you come in, or like something like that. That was just kind of cheeky.
Yeah.
And so I made a point about, like, I'm working in here while I'm doing this thing to provide food for my baby. That is kind of a power move. I love that.
Isn't that, yeah. And then you did it, didn't you take breaks during a trial?
Yes, I had
Yes.
a very high stakes, very intense trial that I returned from maternity leave and did, like, 2 weeks after I came back from maternity leave, because I said it before I went out for maternity leave, which is like, tell me you don't know what you're in for without telling me. I was like, this is going to be great. I'm going to be anxious to get back in the flow. Like, let's go. Put me in, coach.
Nope. Wrong.
And yeah, throughout the trial. So I put on the record, like, the very first day, Your Honor, I'm going to need to take breaks because, as the court knows, I recently gave birth and I am a nursing mother, and I will need to take breaks regularly for 40 minutes so that I may pump, clean the pump. Like, I detailed it on the record. Good. And much to the judge's credit, he was like, of course, Ms. Fetko. And then he, like, set a timer, and he'd be like, shall we take a break? And I was like, we shall. Thank you for not saying it in front of the jury, because that would be embarrassing. But yeah, like,
Good.
You got to be transparent about that. Okay, so this is what I did. I took the Google definition of a power move, and I reimagined what it could actually look like in this alternate universe. Are you ready?
Yes.
So what if when I Googled what is a power move, this is what Google told me.
Okay.
What if it said, a power move is a conscious decision to embrace and exhibit emotion, demonstrate caring, boldly express nurturing, assert social and emotional intelligence, empathy, cooperativeness, warmth, and relationship orientation. Can you imagine?
What a different world we would live in.
What a different world.
Yeah.
I mean, because just as much as the idea of a power move, which let's just, you said it, but like, let's say it again. The idea of a power move is very heavily oriented around masculinity, around traits and behaviors that are typically associated with masculine energy. Okay. Even the definition, asserting dominance. I don't feel a drive to assert dominance. Okay. Like that's not a thing that I'm feeling. Okay. So just like in our current world where we take a cue from what a power move looks like and try to emulate this energy that may not necessarily come naturally to us, can you imagine in this alternate universe where that's the Google definition, what like men in professional, like they're like, you know, they're going into a high stakes meeting and they're like, get in touch with your emotion, dude. Let's go. Like tap it in deep. You know what I mean? Like they're watching like the commercials of like the sad dogs with the Sarah McLachlan video, like leading up. Like
we're not just
you gotta
taking our
you gotta
IQ,
show 'em.
we're taking our EQ into this one.
Right.
Really watch out for the nonverbal cues that you're gonna get.
Right, exactly. They're like, woman up, man. Woman up. Let's go. I mean,
Oh my gosh. Okay.
it's so good.
All right. So I know that the Googling did not stop, and you actually found a top list of things that are currently actually really used power moves.
I did. I
Share
found
them.
this article. I'm not going to share all of them,
But a couple.
but I'm going to share a couple. I found an article titled 13 power move examples to dominate anyone.
Sucks.
Okay.
This sucks. I'm just like cringing.
It just already sucks. Okay.
Oh, I'm cringing, and you haven't even
Yes.
said one. All right, go.
And how weird is it that it's 13 of them, which is also Taylor Swift coded.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway, but this article is not Taylor Swift coded. Okay. So I proceeded to read a list of 13 power moves that you can use to dominate anyone. Okay.
Ready, go.
I'm going to spare you all of them, but
Okay.
Here are a couple. All right. Using physical size weaponry or displays of fearlessness. Like,
Remind me to bring my nunchucks to our next meeting.
this is like the puffing out the chest
Yeah, totally.
and like you know those dudes who like work out so much they're so swole, as the kids
Yes.
say. I don't think they say swole anymore. Like
No,
we know
that's
about it.
still
It's
what
not
a
happening
millennial-
anymore.
Like the
Right.
cool generation doesn't say that anymore. But
Nobody
yes.
says that. But like where they're so swole that like they can't put their arms down, or they can, but they
Yeah.
choose to like walk with them out to
Yeah.
make it seem like they're like, my muscles are bulging. Okay, I guess that's what that is.
You know what it makes me think of? It's Dwight Schrute from The Office showing up with like his volunteer sheriff stuff on.
Yes, or like where he's got all of the hidden weapons throughout the office, and there's like a file that says like Mr. A knife, and then he like opens it and pulls out a knife. I mean, Dwight is all about shows of dominance. He says
really
like showing
is.
your teeth is like smiling is the opposite of dominance. So he like won't smile in pictures okay, so this is like
Anyway.
pure Dwight Schrute.
Okay.
Okay, the next one. Beat everyone else while using a handicap. And the
I mean, that reminds me of golf.
So the example that they gave in this article was like, you show up to run a marathon and the guy next to you has on like moisture wicking clothes and running shoes and like all of the gear. You show up in jeans. Like
Okay.
that's a power move.
That's weird. That's Dwight Schrute for you. That's
right.
weird.
And will lead to an endless, as Andy Bernard says in The Office, a vicious circle of chafing. Like, that's just Chafing. Also, as a side note, it always has made me crazy in that episode of The Office that he says vicious circle. You agree that it's vicious cycle,
It's
right?
a cycle. Yeah, vicious
Circles are
cycle.
not vicious.
No,
Andy?
it's a vicious
Okay,
cycle.
anyway. It's a vicious cycle of chafing. Okay, the next one. Display FU money. And it literally walked through a scenario where like someone like wants to buy something and you're like, oh, I'll get like the top shelf or whatever. And then it literally said like pull out as big of a wad of money as you can possibly muster.
This is
And
the worst article that exists in the entirety of the internet world.
I was like, is it fake? Like, is it The Onion? And it's not. This is literally like how to.
Someone read this and probably has used this advice, and it's breaking my heart.
Yeah.
And it was a man. Let's be honest. It was a man.
Right. Because no woman would ever show up to run a marathon wearing jeans. That's an absurd wardrobe choice.
We don't carry that much cash in our handbag.
Right. Like, you just use a credit card, dude. Okay.
Oh my god.
The next one is rub their noses in your wins.
Yeah, no. This
Okay,
is so
no.
bad. All right.
Making people wait.
Oh, now this one I feel bad about because I am not always on time.
But you're not like waiting. What I have in my head is like you have an appointment and you could walk out the door to get in your car and get there on time. And instead, you sit by your front door doing nothing and waiting for 7 minutes and then walking
make
out
them
the door
wait.
just to make them wait. And you don't do that.
No, I don't do that.
No. Asking people's opinions just to contradict them.
We're done. We have to stop this list. This is just making me upset.
I have one more
Okay.
that I thought was so good. Make people nervous just to tell them to relax. This is the worst advice on the planet. What? What sick mind games?
Yeah, to just be
So-
like, I think you need to calm down.
Yeah, literally.
After you've made them upset or nervous.
Right.
That's
We're
the
like,
worst. I'm like crying over here. This is
so you
like,
like
I'm laughing so hard.
So like ideally you show up to a marathon wearing jeans while holding nunchucks and a
Late.
giant wad of cash, and then you win the marathon, you rub their noses in it, you show up to the marathon late.
Yes.
You ask them what their opinion is of your time on the marathon just to contradict them. And then you like use your hulking size and swole muscles to make them nervous, and then you tell them to relax.
Yes.
That's the ultimate power
That's the
move
ultimate
scenario.
power move right there.
Done.
Drop the mic. Episode over. Holy crap. I'm still really soaking these in.
I know.
They're so bad.
I was alone in my office as I found this list, and my jaw was on my desk. Like, this cannot be real.
Too
and
bad
then they
we
went
can't.
through
We
possible.
need to go find the author and tag them in this episode.
Oh God! But then I don't want them to come.
But
at
then
me
they'll
with
be
their
like,
power
"You need to
moves."
calm down.
Right. I see that I've made you nervous.
You should calm down."
You should calm down.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Right.
Okay. So, what other examples of opposite power moves?
Okay, the ones
talked
that I've
about-
kind of come up with are the two that I mentioned. Obviously, crying in a meeting. I'm like pumping on a Zoom meeting so they can hear it in the background. I think trying to make people feel super comfortable. Like if you're at a meeting in person and asking if you can get them anything, or if you're at a networking event, you ask somebody if you can get them a drink, or like just trying to make people feel welcome.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. What are some
Like
of yours?
the opposite.
Okay, so take that 13 list and do the opposite.
yeah. So that's what I did. Are you ready?
Yeah. Oh, really? Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
I don't have 13. Okay. I have crying in a meeting, which we've discussed.
Okay.
Being early,
Yes.
pulling out other people's chairs for them,
Okay.
offering to bring them beverages or snacks,
Okay.
asking about their feelings and then sharing your own, sharing and shouting other people's wins more loudly than your own, resume gaps.
Oh.
Like, can you imagine if, I mean, we've talked about this, but can you imagine if during a hiring process, like you receive a resume with like a 7-year gap And then you interview this person and they're like, well, that was the time that I stayed home to care for my babies. And you were like, boom, hired. I don't need to know anything else.
You just pulled the power move.
Power move. I don't need to know anything else. You're well qualified. You can handle competing deadlines. You can handle being screamed at. Like, I don't need to know anything else. You're well organized. You're unflappable.
Yes.
And like, I have no further questions.
have you seen it online? It was like a resume written out of all of the skills, like everything it takes to be a stay-at-home parent reworked in a professional setting where you're itemizing out the list. And it blew my mind. We should try to find it and like reshare it as part of this episode, because it really was
we can
like
do that.
It really was like managing multiple deadlines in high stakes tense, meeting time, like
Demanding stakeholders.
Yes. It was, and as I'm reading it, I was so validated by everything that I do.
Yes.
Outside the sphere of my quote unquote professional arena.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
crazy.
and my last one that I came up with, well, I have two more. Pink suits, because I love pink suits. So instead of like a black drab, power suit, pink suit is the power suit. And then I put on here maternity leave, which is like, it fits so nicely in what we're talking about, where like, can you imagine, because there's still a perception that, someone's going out on maternity leave, like, they're out on maternity leave. Hope they're enjoying the vacation.
Oh my
and like
gosh,
anyone who's been on a parental leave understands what that is. Like, so can you imagine if when someone was going out on parental leave or maternity leave, if instead it was like, oh shit, she's going in for intense professional training and development. Like,
it's like you're going in for your SEALs training.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Like, and then they come back and you get like a badge that like you've completed it. I mean,
How
can you imagine
cool
that?
would that be?
It would
Just
be a
the
different,
opposite. It'd be a different
better
world.
Thanks for joining us for the Normal Mini Mess. If this conversation resonated with you and your mess, tell a friend or, 500.
If you'd like the full conversation, you can find the complete episode wherever you listen to podcasts. Find us on Instagram and TikTok at The Normal Mess, or email us at thenormalmess@gmail.com. We'll see you next time.